Imagine, everything you've ever known, your history, your purpose, your very existence, was nothing more than a cosmic lie, a deception so vast, so meticulously crafted, that no one on Earth would ever question it. Our stories, our myths, our greatest achievements, all of it an illusion, carefully maintained by unseen hands across the cosmos, because the truth, we were never supposed to exist. Somewhere far beyond the furthest reaches of human exploration, hidden in the cold abyss between galaxies, a secret assembly convenes, a gathering of entities so ancient, so unfathomably advanced, that their words shape the very foundation of reality itself. Their decree is absolute. Their will is law. They are known only as the Galactic Council. For millions of years they have watched over the known universe, governing the rise and fall of civilizations, maintaining a delicate balance that must never be disturbed. Empires rise under their careful guidance, species ascend through the trials they impose, and those deemed unworthy simply vanish, erased from existence as if they had never been. And now, humanity stands on the precipice of extinction. Not because of war, not because of disease or famine or some self-inflicted catastrophe, but because the Council has decided humanity was a mistake, a mutation in the grand order of the cosmos, a species that was never meant to survive, let alone thrive. And now, after millennia of careful observation, the Council has reached its final verdict. Earth must be wiped from existence, and no one, not even the humans themselves, will ever know why. But why now? Why not centuries ago, when Earth was nothing more than a fragile blue world, its people bound to the soil, their knowledge limited to the stars they could barely comprehend? Why not during the Dark Ages, when humanity was drowning in its own ignorance, tearing itself apart in endless wars, unaware of the vast universe just beyond its reach? Why wait until now, when humanity stands on the brink of interstellar discovery, when its technology inches closer to unlocking the secrets of faster-than-light travel, when its probes and telescopes stretch ever deeper into the void, searching for answers? The answer is simple and terrifying, because something changed, something the Council did not predict, something that should have been impossible. For centuries, humanity's progress was expected to follow a path, a slow, controlled climb, one that would inevitably lead to self-destruction before it became a threat. But something interfered. Something altered the course of human evolution, accelerating it in ways that defied all logic. Wars that should have shattered human civilization only made them stronger. Knowledge that should have taken millennia to uncover was unraveled in mere centuries. A species that should have remained confined to a single world is now reaching for the stars, and worst of all, they are beginning to notice the anomalies, the fractures in reality, the silent watchers just beyond their perception. They are asking questions that should never have been asked, and the Council knows what happens when a species starts asking the right questions. They change, they evolve, they become uncontrollable. And that is something the Council cannot allow. The final phase of the operation has begun, a plan millennia in the making, silent, insidious, undetectable, a war not fought with weapons but with whispers, with deception, with forces beyond human comprehension. And the first move, erase them before they understand why, before they learn the truth about themselves. The Council's chamber is unlike anything a human mind could comprehend. It does not exist in a single location, but across multiple dimensions, an ethereal construct woven from light, gravity, and the very fabric of space-time itself. It is an ancient place, older than the stars, where the most powerful beings in the galaxy gather to decide the fate of entire civilizations. Tonight, a decision has been made. The fate of Earth is sealed. A figure unlike any life form we could imagine rises from its crystalline throne, its form shifting between liquid and solid, organic and artificial. It speaks without sound, its thoughts rippling across the chamber in waves of raw intention. The anomaly persists. Humanity has deviated beyond projections. If they are not eliminated, they will reach phase 2 of ascension before the next cycle. That cannot be allowed. Another being, vast and incomprehensible, a creature of living shadows and frozen time, moves forward. They are already aware of the Watchers. Their technology is advancing beyond the thresholds we have set. They question, too much. We must correct this before they break through the veil. The veil, an invisible barrier, carefully woven into the structure of reality, designed to keep primitive species blind to the greater truths of the universe, to prevent them from perceiving the beings that exist just beyond their senses. For thousands of years, it worked flawlessly. Humanity remained ignorant, contained within their planetary prison, their myths and religions acting as a natural barrier against the horrifying truths lurking in the void. But something shattered that ignorance. Something unexpected. The Council underestimated human curiosity. It started as whispers, small anomalies hidden in the fabric of space-time, the impossible physics of black holes, the inexplicable quantum fluctuations, the radio bursts from distant galaxies that carried a pattern, too structured to be natural. Humanity's greatest minds obsessed over them, desperately trying to make sense of something they were never meant to see. They weren't just staring into the abyss anymore, they were beginning to hear it whisper back. That was the first warning. Sign the second was far more dangerous. Humanity's rapid technological progress should have been predictable, guided even. Controlled advancements ensured they would never reach a point where they could become a threat. But in less than a century they had leaped ahead, breaking the projections of every model the Council had ever devised. Wars that should have destroyed them only made them stronger. Crises that should have fractured them only united them further. And then, the impossible happened. A human probe, small and insignificant by galactic standards, breached the event horizon of a restricted sector, an ancient region of space littered with the remnants of long-forgotten civilizations. The ruins of those who came before and were erased. They found something buried beneath the dead husks of lost empires, something that was never meant to be uncovered. At first the Council dismissed it. Humanity had stumbled upon restricted sites before, always dismissed as anomalies, never understood. But this time, something was different. They decoded it. A single fragment of forbidden knowledge, pulled from the ruins of a world that should have been erased from time itself. The implications were horrifying. If they could decipher even a fraction of what they had found, they would unlock something that would make them uncontrollable. They would see the truth. They would realize that the universe was not a place of wonder and discovery. It was a game, a carefully curated illusion, and that the Council was not here to guide them, but to keep them in the dark. Forever, there was no time left. The operation had to begin immediately. Phase 1. The Silent Purge. Humanity would never see it coming. Their history would be rewritten, their greatest discoveries erased. The anomalies in space-time, disguised as simple malfunctions, data corruption, human error. Scientists who questioned too much would disappear, their theories dismissed as insanity, their findings buried under layers of misinformation. They would never realize they were being hunted, and if that failed, Phase 2 would begin. A plan. So final, so absolute, that not even the faintest trace of humanity would remain in the cosmos. Earth itself would vanish. The countdown had begun, and humanity had no idea. The purge has already begun, and humanity has no idea. Across the globe, scientists stare at their screens in disbelief, their instruments detecting things that should not be possible. Astronomers report distortions in space-time, entire regions of the cosmos flickering in and out of existence. The signals from deep space probes, once steady and reliable, are now filled with corrupted data, missing transmissions or something. Far worse, messages that were never sent. Files vanish from classified research labs. Mathematicians working on equations to unify quantum mechanics and gravity suddenly abandon their work, claiming they must have made an error. Some disappear entirely. Names erased, projects shut down, their discoveries dismissed as miscalculations, but a very few have started to notice. Dr. Elias Kovacs, lead researcher at the Lunar Deep Space Array, has been tracking a peculiar anomaly in the data from a distant pulsar system, one that, according to every known law of physics, should not exist. The pulsar's signal carries an unnatural pattern, almost like a message, but the more he studies it, the stranger things become. First, the data he collected over months of research vanishes from the system, not erased, not deleted, just gone as if it was never recorded at all. Then his colleagues begin distancing themselves. Those who once shared his excitement about the anomaly now act as if they don't remember it at all. When pressed, they simply shrug and say, "It must have been a mistake." Kovacs knows it wasn't. A mistake. Someone is tampering with reality itself. The final proof comes when he receives an anonymous message, an old radio burst transmission hidden in the noise of background cosmic radiation. It should be random, meaningless, but when decrypted it forms a single sentence: "You are not alone." For the first time, Kovacs feels something he has never felt before, not curiosity, not excitement, but fear, because the message did not come from space. It came from Earth, and he is not the only one to receive it. All across the world, others begin to sense the fractures in reality. Conspiracy theorists who have spent years tracking bizarre patterns in global events suddenly go silent, their forums wiped, their accounts deactivated. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station report seeing something outside the station, something moving before all communications are cut. Team of physicists working on dark matter research at CERN finds an inconsistency in their equations, a mathematical impossibility that suggests something is manipulating the very fabric of existence. The next day, the lead scientist, Dr. Amelia Voss, is found dead in her home. The cause? A sudden, inexplicable aneurysm. Coincidence? The Council does not allow coincidence. This is Phase 1. The Silent Purge is not about war, not about destruction, not yet. It is about isolation, erasing the anomalies, making sure no one asks the right questions, because questions lead to answers, and answers lead to the one thing the Council fears more than anything else: awakening. Meanwhile, in the shadows of deep space, beyond the boundaries of the known universe, a fleet drifts in absolute silence. Not human, not alien. Something older, something hidden. Their ships, monolithic and eldritch, do not shimmer with the cold metal of technology, but with the shifting organic gleam of something alive. They move without engines, propelled by forces beyond human comprehension. They do not broadcast signals, they do not announce their arrival, but they are coming because the Council has planned for every outcome. Every possibility. If Phase 1 fails, if humanity resists, if even a fragment of their dangerous knowledge survives, then the final solution will begin. Phase 2. The cleansing of Earth. A single command will be sent, and the stars themselves will turn against humanity. They have done it before, entire species erased from existence, their homeworlds swallowed by artificial singularities, their planets reduced to drifting clouds of molecular dust, their civilizations erased from history, removed from time itself. And yet there is an unspoken fear within the Council, a fear they have never voiced, because once, long ago, they tried to erase a species before, a species that refused to die, a species that fought back, and for the first time in the Council's history, they failed. That species is gone now, wiped from memory, erased from records, struck from the archives of the cosmos. But something of them remains, a warning, written in the ruins of dead civilizations, hidden in the folds of time. And now, humanity has found it. They know, and the Council is afraid. They were never supposed to know. That was the first and most sacred law of the Galactic Council. Primitive species were meant to remain blind, their understanding of the universe carefully managed, their progress guided or extinguished before they could glimpse the terrible truths lurking beyond the stars. And yet somehow humanity had seen. Now the whispers were turning into voices, and voices, if left unchecked, could become a roar. Across Earth, strange patterns emerge, subtle, invisible to the average citizen, but unmistakable to those paying attention. Classified NASA reports quietly label Voyager 1 and 2 as compromised, their deep space transmissions suddenly returning corrupted data, filled with symbols and sequences that should not exist. Government officials dismiss the findings as a sensor malfunction, but the scientists who analyze the transmissions know better. Something out there saw them, and something out there answered. Meanwhile, astronomers monitoring an exoplanetary system 150 light-years away detect an anomaly, a celestial body that should not exist, a planet that wasn't there the last time they checked. Not moved, not hidden. It simply was not there before. And now it is. Dr. Elias Kovac, now a fugitive hunted by forces he cannot name, cross-references the data and finds something chilling. That new planet? It's exactly where Earth should be. If someone had tried to erase it from existence, the reality begins to sink in. Earth isn't just in danger of destruction, it is in danger of being erased, not bombed, not invaded, not conquered, deleted, as if it never existed. This isn't just an extermination, this is a cover-up on a cosmic scale, and the Council has done it before. Humanity was never supposed to reach this point, never supposed to breach the veil, never supposed to ask the questions, but someone, or something, helped them. Something that shouldn't exist, something that the Council failed to destroy, and now because of that failure, humanity stands on the precipice of a war they don't even realize they're fighting. The Council has no choice. Phase 1 has failed. Phase 2 must begin. Far beyond Earth, in the void between galaxies, the command is sent. A single pulse traveling faster than light, racing across the abyss like the whisper of a god. The hidden fleet awakens. From the lifeless ruins of a forgotten star system, colossal structures, blacker than the void itself, begin to shift. Dormant behemoths sealed away since the last great purge now shudder to life, the architects of annihilation. They do not carry weapons in the way humanity understands them. There are no missiles, no energy cannons, no armies. Their weapons are fundamental. They wield gravity itself, collapsing stars with a thought. They bend time, rewriting histories, making civilizations vanish before they are ever born. They do not conquer. They erase, and they are coming. The Council has executed this plan countless times before. The process is absolute, perfect, irreversible. But this time, something is wrong. As the first wave of the purge begins, anomalies appear within the Council's own systems. Records alter themselves. Time-stamped logs shift, showing reports that were never written. Council operatives disappear, vanishing not just physically but historically as if they never existed. It spreads, a virus. A disruption, an echo of something the Council fears above all else. Something is pushing back, a presence unseen yet undeniable, a force that should have died long ago. And as Earth's final hour approaches, humanity, oblivious to the cosmic war being fought over them, receives a message, not from their own technology, not from the Council, but from something older, something that should not exist. A single phrase, appearing on scattered signals, buried in static, hidden within background. Radiation across the universe. A phrase that sends a ripple of terror through the Galactic Council itself. You are not alone. The final hour. The Council's plan is simple. Erase Earth. Not just its people, not just its history, every trace of it. There will be no ruins, no lost artifacts, no echoes in time. Humanity will become nothing more than a mathematical impossibility, a species that never existed. The first stage is already underway. High above Earth, satellites fail without explanation. GPS signals distort, entire networks going dark in perfect synchronization. The world's most advanced observatories detect a fluctuation in the very fabric of reality, as if the universe itself is beginning to fold inward. In deep space, the fleet of erasure moves unseen. They are not ships, not in the way humans understand them. They are cosmic executioners, beings without form, machines of thought and void, forged in an era before time itself. They require no weapons. Their mere presence is a wound in the fabric of existence, and Earth is already beginning to unravel. The resistance, but then, something happens, something no one expected. Across the Council's hidden networks, across their impossible superstructures, woven into the folds of space-time, an alert spreads like wildfire. The purge is failing. Something is interfering. For the first time in untold millennia, an erasure is being resisted. On Earth, the silent war erupts into chaos. Dr. Elias Kovacs, hiding in an underground research facility beneath Antarctica, watches in horror as his encrypted systems detect two conflicting signals. The first, the Council's erasure command, an unfathomable frequency warping the quantum field itself. The second, a counter-signal, something older, something impossible. He runs the data again, and his blood runs cold. The counter-signal isn't coming from Earth, it's coming from deep space, from a location that, according to every map, should not exist. Something is fighting for them, and it is winning. The Councils fear deep within the ethereal chambers of the Galactic Council. For the first time in untold ages, there is panic. Their greatest weapon, the cleansing protocol, has never failed, until now. They scramble to adjust, to understand who or what is interfering, and then a horrifying realization spreads among them. It is them, the ones before. The species that should not exist, the species they thought they erased. Long ago, before the Council's dominion was absolute, before the laws of reality were rewritten in their image, there was a war against a civilization, so advanced, so dangerous that the Council was forced to break their own rules. They did not merely destroy that species, they did not merely erase them, they rewrote the entire timeline to ensure they had never been born, and yet, somehow, they survived. In the shadows, in the void between worlds, they had waited, watching, waiting, preparing, and now, because of humanity, because of their unrelenting curiosity, their defiance, their refusal to obey the script of the universe, the Forgotten Ones have returned. The Council's worst nightmare has come true, an enemy they cannot erase. The war unseen, the void between galaxies erupts, a war unlike anything humanity can comprehend. Rages in the dark, a battle not of ships or weapons but of reality itself. The Council's executioners move to erase Earth. The Forgotten Ones move to stop them. Space distorts. Time fractures. The skies above Earth darken as if reality itself is fighting to stay intact. On every screen, every device, a single message appears. No language, no code, just a pulse. A warning. Wake up. Something breaks. For the first time in history, the Galactic Council loses control. The erasure fleet halts. The invisible noose tightening around Earth disintegrates, and for the first time in thousands of years, the Council experiences fear. The aftermath Earth does not know what has transpired, but some do. Dr. Elias Kovacs survives, but he is no longer the man he was before. He has seen too much. He knows what lurks beyond the stars. Humanity is no longer alone. And the Council, they are silent. For the first time in their existence, they are unsure. They could try again. Launch another purge. Erase Earth before the Forgotten Ones can interfere again, but they hesitate, because now they are being watched. The galaxy has changed. A new war is coming, one the Council may not win. Humanity was supposed to be erased. Instead, they became the spark that reignited an ancient war, a war against a force even the Council fears, and in the end, that is why humanity survived, not because they were strong, not because they were advanced, but because they were stubborn, because they kept looking, because they refused to stop asking the one question the universe was never supposed to answer. What is out there? And now they will find out. Final thought. But what if Earth is still in danger? What if the Council hasn't given up but is simply waiting for humanity to make one mistake? Or worse, what if the Forgotten Ones aren't allies at all, but something even more terrifying? Tell me, what do you think? Is humanity safe? Or is this just the beginning of something even darker? Comment below and let's uncover the truth together. And if you want to know what happens next, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to XenoChronicles, because this story isn't over, it's just beginning.